here comes the part that took me a while to figure out. We need to make, let's get this closer. This is a Camry bottom ball joint. Yes, I've already cut the top of it. Anyway, ignore that. I need to be able to take this from a male to a female, because the Camry, Lumina lower control arm is a female. So here's what I did. I'm going to take my bandsaw, my sketchy bandsaw right about there. Oh, you guys think that's sketchy. I like it. We're going to cut out the female, and we're going to weld it into the male. We just have to cut this out, and then heat it up and drill it out, and then kind of press it in there with a hammer when this is glowing red, and then weld it in completely. So this Camry is going to be kind of one of those cross-gender things that you guys have been seeing about. It doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl or a piece of toast. So please don't comment how sketchy this is. I know it's sketchy. I have all 10 fingers starting right now, and I'm going to count them again when I'm done. So, tighten down the bandsaw and let's get cutting. Everything's a bit hot. We have our male ball joint now disassembled, and we have our female ball joint disassembled, but they don't fit together. So what we're going to do is I have a specialty tool. This is I guess an alignment tool, pry bar. Slide the piece on. Make sure you have the taper the right way. Give it a couple smacks, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on a grinder, just spin it, make it so she's a very tight fit to get in there. We're going to chamfer the bottom, so that way it helps slide it in, and then we'll take the torch, make this glowing red, and we'll marry the two together and then weld them. So let's get started on that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to heat this lower ball joint up. We've already drilled it out. We've taken the ball joint out of it. It's pretty much there. Now you can see better. Pretty much just a casing. Now I've put the other piece on my grinding tool, which is this bar, and I've ground it down so it's pretty much perfectly round, but it doesn't fit in. So I want a very, very tight pressure fit. So what I'm going to do is I have the other piece in my freezer cooling down, and I'm going to heat this piece up so it's glowing red, and then I'm going to pound it in. So it's pretty much a press fit, heat shrunk fit, and then I'll weld it in as well. So let's get this glowing red. Make sure you got this nice and glowing red. Make sure you have the taper the right way. Okay. Uh-oh, I don't know where my hammer is. There's one, but it's not my big one. Okay, that's glowing red enough for me. We gotta be quick here. Don't want the heat to come out of this. Nope. 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 Need a bigger hammer. Let's get her hot again. Let's go get a bigger hammer. She's going red hot again. I got a bigger hammer. Okay, so put her down, hold her in place. Hold her down. Almost there. It's in there. I made a hell of a mess and bent my workbench, but it's in there. Now let's weld this and let it cool down. So we have all the modifications done to put this thing in now. We have the Camry ball joint drilled out, swapped over to a female design. We have the Camry top half. We have the tie rod location cut and trimmed. So what we're going to do now, we're pretty much just going to try and install. Now, just like a Camry, I want to install the top first and go from there. This is the heavy part. I gotta make sure the spring is turned the right way. There we go. It wants to turn because this strut's a little bent. Just finger tight those. Let's go get a stool, because that's heavy. Now, by no means am I any expert, and this is all just trial and error at this point in time. I could try to move this, and this thing just completely fall apart. I don't think it's going to, but it could. So, if I come across any problems after the install, I'm going to be doing videos on testing drives, axle fitments. I want to go find a factory W body and do a whole bunch of measuring to see the distance between the motor and the axles on a factory W body. Then find the distance on this, just basically from hub face to the face of the transmission, just to see if they're in farther, out farther. There's going to be a lot of checking and double checking and probably even triple checking as well. So, I have the ball joint on there finger tight. I'm going to slide my axle in. There we go. Tight fit. My hands are still quite sore, so it's all kind of just wiggle. I can't put a whole lot of force. Don't really want to put a whole lot of force either. Just trying to get the axle to engage. There we go. Just gotta try to slip this ball joint into its holder and its control arm just loosely. Engage the axle a bit more. Yeah. Push the ball joint in. It's kind of just a juggling game right now. There we go. There. Now, I've got the Camry ball joint into the Camry lower control arm. Just going to do the bolts up. You have 2 nuts and then 1 bolt for this. I just got to find all my stuff. Tie rod in the way. Start tightening them down. Now there's something I wasn't expecting. Just get a hammer and smack that in, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh. So what I'm seeing now, this is my first time having it all together. I think the distance between the hub and the hub on this car is going to be about 1 inch shorter than the hub to hub on a Lumina, because the axle is pretty tight on this side. It does have a little bit of play still, but it could not be in all the way as well, but I think it is. We'll have to try to pull that axle out a bit more with the axle nut. I'm going to have to adjust the tie rods in because one tire is kind of towing in and one tire is towing out. And then we're going to have to do some custom work with the brakes, probably cut off the metric fitting, put an Imperial one on, and then get new Lumina brake lines because I just usually cut them on the rubber, which is what normal people do when they're just trying to save parts, because I've had these parts for about a year now because these are out of Cassandra's Buick. But yeah, as of right now, that's all together. Tie rod still needs a little bit of work, a little bit of tweaking. I need to sink it down deeper. Camry parts are still dangling. I'm going to try to suck this axle in a bit more, and then I'm going to put some tires on this just to get an idea of how she looks. But as of right now, that's all the Lumina suspension in the front of this thing. I'm talking spindles, bearings, brakes, struts. So that did pull the axle out to us a bit more. There's a little bit of play in that axle, and that's what I really want, to be honest. Strut's nice and tight. Just might have to move the brake lines a bit. But no, this is looking pretty good here. I say let's throw 2 tires onto it and set her down, just to get a rough idea of how she looks. So I just put this Camry wheel onto a Lumina spindle, and I wasn't really thinking, and I just used the impact and impacted 2 Toyota Camry lug nuts on there. I'm not 100% sure if they're different bolt thread count, thread pitch. One might be metric, one might be imperial. I don't really have a whole lot of W body parts sitting around, so I'm just going to leave it right now. I didn't really mean to wreck it. Hopefully I didn't wreck it, but I did set it down, and the car does sit taller than a Camry. I just posted my first photos of this on Zach's Workshop on Facebook, and you guys are going crazy. I've pretty much spent the last 30 minutes just answering questions and saying hi and stuff like that. And then a couple promoters messaged me and told me they don't like this mount. They told me they want me to come off this. So I told them I could build something that comes off of this, but it's going to look nasty. So this motor mount may have to be switched. I'm not 100% sure as of right now. Not sure if I'm going to come from here to here, from here over to here, but that's kind of like a, I don't like 90 degrees on motor mounts, if you know what I mean. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go as of yet, and I've kind of come up with a plan here in the back, but for the test and tune, this motor mount is going to be good for now. It gets me in place. I can move it back and forth, ahead and reverse. I'm just going to do a little bit of stuff right now, maybe try to clean up some motor mounts, like the W-body motor mounts, try to get those all bolted on tight, maybe take out the windshield and get it hucked into a car outside, and all that fun stuff. But as of right now, suspension's in. I've already been told by promoter to change stuff, and he doesn't even know if I'm bringing it to his show. So it's been a great day. You know, we got a lot of stuff done. I'm in a t-shirt. It's mid-October. It's starting to get damn cold outside, so we have the doors closed. But just little things that we're going to do today. There's not much life left in this battery, so I'm probably going to go inside and charge the camera tonight and edit up some videos. So thanks everybody for watching. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I think it's going to be pretty damn long. But this is pretty exciting for me. I love doing new things that are out of my comfort zone. But I also like bringing a competitive car, so I can't really do like a Neon and make it competitive that well. But by doing something like this, it's out of my comfort zone, and it's still a competitive car because we're still on the Toyota Camry chassis. So thanks for watching, guys. Stick with me. We'll be back here tomorrow. Bye.